Hello, heroes, and welcome to the Cosmic Century Nights stream. I am James D'Amato, your host, your game master, and also the person who designed Cosmic Century Nights. For those that don't know, this is a game inspired by vintage fantasy anime, JRPGs, and sort of this very magical period of exchange in like the 80s and 90s, where Japan did all of these really cool takes on Western ideas of fantasy that blew a lot of people's goddamn minds and created a genre. So we are going to be playing a game inspired by all of that. And tonight we are creating Antagonists. The way Cosmic Century Nights works, you do a lot of world building. You try to create something that feels really your own, and you can't just fight stock out of the box villains for that. You've got to make them bespoke. So there are a lot of world building mechanics that me and this lovely panel of people are going to be going through to create some really nasty villains to unleash on the people who are going to be playing in our upcoming streams. Before we get into actually playing the game and making some stuff, let's go around and introduce everybody who's going to be playing. Let's start out with, they're in the biggest box. So we're going to go with Jay and New. Can you introduce yourselves?
Sick. Hi. I am Nala or Jay, even though under me it says New.
I'm seeing that right now.
We tried to flip our camera on our end and it didn't do anything.
Be doing this little switcheroo, trying to hoping.
That might just.
Anyways, hi, my name is Nala or Jay. My pronouns are they, them. I am at Nala Draws everywhere on the internet. I am an art director and illustrator working in the space, and I also perform in actual plays. I do voice acting and sensitivity consulting, and you can view all of my work at naladraws.com.
Hi, my name is New, he, him pronouns, and as mentioned previously, I am slowly emerging into the space. It will be a disaster once I finally land, and I can't wait for everyone to witness it. I don't know.
That's it. You saw it here first. New, the coming destroyer.
Yep. It's Antagonist creation.
So. It is Antagonist creation. I love playing a baddie, so that's why I'm here.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna get this guy on Blue Sky
very soon.
Like, oh look, and now it says new he him naladraws.com.
It's slowly improving.
It's slowly working. I will throw it to Eleni, who's right next to me on the screen.
Hello, I am Eleni Sauvageau, she, they pronouns, and I'm very excited to be here. I tend to play a lot of, I don't know if anti-hero is the word, but kind of little jerk guys.
Little jerks.
Little dirt guys.
Little jerk.
So good.
Little dirt guys, I think, is the most accurate read and probably best genre pitch, at least for Neo Scum.
So Neo Scum, a show which is no longer in production, but we were a part of the One Shot Network, over 100 episodes. It's a cyberpunk TTRPG. We play Shadowrun. It was super, super fun. And now I am part of a show called Gutter, which is a horror comedy podcast, where we are playing a sort of homebrew Call of Cthulhu. It's very gritty. It's, the near distant future Pacific Northwest. There's weird stuff going on, very weird. And we just had Brennan Lee Mulligan on as our very first guest, so that was super exciting.
Starting strong.
Yes, I'd say starting strong. And he played.
I think you can do better.
He played a witch called Orange Julia, so that gives you some vibes right there. He knocked it out of the park. It was great. So yeah, that's me. Hello, happy to be here.
And Sam.
Yeah, my name's Sam Dunnewold. My pronouns are he, him. I'm known in RPG world as the host of Dice Exploder, which is a game design podcast where we take one mechanic every week and break it down as far as we can. So that's kind of my thing. I'm more on the design and yapping side than on actual play, but I'm excited to be here today. I really love playing. Someone once described one of my characters as the first time they felt a feeling, it literally killed them. And I think that that's kind of the mission statement for a lot of
Hell yeah.
my characters. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I like the emotional repression. I'm from Minnesota. It's a good time. James, I'll throw it back to you.
Well, Sam, I gotta say, don't worry about not having too much experience with actual play, because what is a role-playing game except for elaborate yapping? We're gonna do some yapping here today. So, like I said, we are creating antagonists to give everybody watching the stream, and of course all of our players, the information they need to get us started. The way Cosmic Century Nights works is you start with what is a fairly generic fantasy world up front, and 300 years ago in that fantasy world's history, a gigantic sword came from outer space and stuck itself through the planet. As that sword was coming down, it ejected 100 legendary blades that scattered themselves to the far corners of the world, and these swords are known as the Century Blades. Each of them has 3 incredible blessings on it that if you find one of these blades and it accepts you as a knight, you get incredible power. And throughout that 300-year history, people have been doing lots of cool stuff with those swords, building up reputations for century knights and doing great deeds and other things. However, now we're at a period in history where this planet is under unique threat. There are 3 different antagonists that are out to get the planet. One of them that we built up in our last antagonist creation session is the Star Conquerors. This is a spacefaring empire. They have a very colonialist vibe. They kind of want to come to this planet and they think they're enlightening everybody. But really what they're doing is feeding off of the light from our sun to build up the energy they need to go back to their home dimension, which will, of course, utterly destroy life on this planet as we know it. So that's a big problem that we're going to have to deal with. And sort of in response, there is in this pseudo-medieval fantasy world, a lot of paranoia about the sky. Most settlements that exist across this fantasy landscape will have actual coverings over them to hide from prying eyes that might be in the skies above. The most powerful and prominent civilizations are actually underground or underwater, kind of in response to the Star Conqueror threat. And the people who live most peacefully are in like Hollow Earth-esque sections of this planet. So we've got a pretty significant antagonist group ahead of us. However, Cosmic Century Nights comes packed with 3 different antagonist groups that you can define. And after the Star Conquerors, the other 2 that we can choose from are the Fell Knights, which are like Century Knights. They have Century Blades. However, they're using theirs to ill purpose, whether it is selfish or destructive goals. They're just bad guys with the powers that the PCs have. And then we have the Blight Labyrinth. It is a parasitic alternate dimension that appears in the world in the form of doorways. If you go through, you can end up in a winding labyrinth full of traps and deadly monsters, and if you perish in there, the Blight Labyrinth will digest you, adding your biological and cultural distinctiveness to it to become more dangerous and more twisted. So, between the Blight Labyrinth and the Fell Knights, what's this group feeling?
Oh.
They're so good, James.
They're not even good yet. You're about to make them good.
But they're very compelling.
Yeah. I mean, I find it hard to imagine wanting to play a game where there can't be an evil version of me. So, I don't know, the evil alternate dimension sounds sick as heck, but I do have a little bit more of a pull towards the Fell Knights.
Fell Knights.
I like them too, just because I like foils in writing, and there's a lot of really cool visual aspects that you can pull with, like, this is me but evil, but like, you go deeper than that.
100%.
Yeah.
The concept of like mirrors and
shadows.
right, and just like echoes of what could have been had you
Mhm.
made different choices, because I think that's all your life is made up, or your life is a result of a series of choices that you make. And that is also what an RPG is. You're making choices to role play, this way or that way or whatever. It's a way to dull it down. As much as I think that the maze is cool, I like a fucked up maze, but
Sure.
yeah.
No, that is perfect. Then we will be developing the Fell
Real
Knights.
maze lovers.
Awesome.
I am loading up some of those choices for us. So, to define antagonist groups, we start with the most important thing, and of course, that is the aesthetics for the group.
Oh,
So, collectively, in the different categories, you're going to be choosing two. The first is their appearance, and your options are armored, tatters, dark, opulent, formal, gleaming, fiery, organic, demonic, and futuristic.
Oh, I'm drawn
Oh.
towards dark personally. And tattered. I like that too. Those words I thought, but curious to hear what you guys think.
I'm compelled by futuristic because I think it will like connect them to I can't remember who the colonialist spaceship
The
people
Star
are called.
Conquerors.
But
Star
it feels like,
Conquerors.
maybe there's some amount of like funding them or like, influence going on there with the Fell Knights with
Sure.
futuristic.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
As someone who loves playing characters that have really good senses of fashion, because I love costume design and that whole thing, there is something specifically like targeted, infuriating to know that these bad guys are me but dressed better.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, absolutely.
So I was drawn to, where is it? I got to scroll back up in this transcript. There was gleaming, there was opulent, there was formal.
Yeah.
Those like any of those words kind of stuck out to me specifically because I'm like, oh, like how mad would I be if I'm playing this game and I'm like, I make a really cool character and then my GM is like, oh, and by the way, they look cooler
They
than
look cooler than you.
Yeah.
I'll bet we could get away with three descriptors here. I want to go
like
with
dark,
Sam's
futuristic,
And opulent is what I would go
gleaming
for, but
or
yeah,
opulent.
no,
Oh,
go for it.
gleaming
Yeah,
or
gleaming's
opulent.
great.
Yeah, I
both
think
those
those are
Something so
Eleni,
black
do
it
you like
shines.
dark more or tatters more?
dark. Dark for
Okay.
sure, especially
So-
with mixed with futuristic and mixed with
Dark,
like
futuristic, and
Ooh.
gleaming to
I mean,
me
you get that
screams like
obsidian
onyx,
black
onyx,
metal. Yeah, you're
obsidian.
gonna get that aesthetic.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Lava.
sick.
Yeah.
And we've got like neon that's that gray
Yeah.
sort
yeah.
of
Those
Yeah.
rainbow
shimmer.
LED lights.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Underneath
thinking that weird like kind of reflective material that they have for like safety vests and bikes too.
Yeah.
I've seen like a
Mm.
rainbow version of that. For,
Yeah,
on
well,
boots
I'm
in a golf
imagining the
shop.
way my
Latex.
like mechanical keyboard has like a rainbow light that like just goes underneath it that I have a hard time turning off, and like but like through the cracks of the armor you have those
My
like little
mouse.
neon lights.
Exactly
like
like
yeah,
that.
My
exactly
mouse.
that kind of aesthetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
All right.
2099 with the original comic suit is supposed to be black, but it looks blue with like the effects of the
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, sick.
All right. Then let's go down to choose behaviors. The options are cruel, brutal, inflexible, selfish, chaotic, unhinged, nihilistic, emotionless, charismatic, enigmatic, and sorrowful.
Nihilistic is so interesting.
Yeah, that was
When
one
they
for me
conquer us,
too.
Why don't we join them? You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Why
So
not
that's a
power yourself up? Why not gain? what you
Selfish
can?
also feels right.
nihilistic
As like
and selfish. That is a good pair, I think.
I think to me like that just is, it sets up for really compelling antagonists, because something I always like to do when I play baddies is make them sympathetic, because I think all the best bad guys are the ones where the heroes see themselves in them, and that is so scary. Where, like we all love a bad guy who's just bad to be bad, but I think the scarier ones are the ones that are, doing it for a reason that you think is just, or just reminds you so much of yourself, which I think is what we're pulling on with this, which I think is just so interesting.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like a way more rich of a character when it's rooted in some type of emotional, stakes or something.
What's your thought, New?
Then
Don't make me say it now that I have.
Now I want to know your
Well,
thought.
okay, so if like we're dealing with selfishness, but we're also dealing with the idea that these are like mirrors or like literal foils, and connecting them with the Star Conquerors. Maybe I'm jumping ahead too much, but like if it's like we know that the Star Conquerors, if they use their ship, that will fuck the world essentially. Like if this is just like people who are stowaways from the previous worlds, like fucked up.
Ooh.
Oh, that could very well be.
That's sick.
Like we joined up because we knew we would not be able to stop them.
Yeah. So one of
And
the
that
things that we
plays into the
discovered when we developed the Star Conquerors is that they have destroyed worlds previously, and on some of those worlds, the Sentry Blade, the Cosmic Blade that carries the Sentry Blades, was there. So these being sort of like survivors from those previous civilizations does make sense.
That's killer.
Yeah.
Literally.
Let's define their layer. Once again, we've got 2 choices here, and your options are grand, imposing, macabre, gothic, ruined, futuristic, moving, and hidden.
Moving,
yeah, for sure. Moving and hidden.
All the paranoia.
Well, moving immediately made me think of like just it being a really cool set piece for like platformer game style things where there's like it is almost metamorphic in design where pieces move and change. So like if you were to get a layout of this place, it's always changing. So it makes it a better. Yes, Sam.
Let me pitch you on something.
Yes.
If everyone on like our world is like afraid of the cosmic threat, and is afraid of like the sky, what if these stowaways have figured out they have like a mobile like ship that they're flying around in, and it's got the like mirror on the top of it and the bottom where they're like it's like fully mirrored so you can't see it. It's like it's like a fucking Cybertruck, right? Like it's got that like I can't like fully polished, like just reflecting the landscape.
Yeah, you might just see a glimmer of it.
Yeah.
Nothing
What's it
more
called in
horrifying
Star Trek?
than
Cloaking?
a Cybertruck.
Cloaking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what
I know.
I'm
Yeah. Also,
saying,
nothing
James.
more scary than a Cybertruck.
Although another opposite pitch, which just hit me, like this is a very different take on it, but again with the moving, but kind of appealing to the dark, is they look like roiling thunderclouds. Like
Oh, that's sick too. Yeah.
You see thunderclouds and it's a ship.
I like that.
Kind of had the thought because when we were talking about like the sort of manifesting almost as a platformer thing, it made me think a little bit about oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of the franchise, and it's of course going to escape me now. But the idea of somehow like Silent Hill, like the idea of manifesting an alternate dimension into a space. What if they do have this ship that is like a smoky, almost roiling thundercloud, and it can project like almost a post-apocalyptic vision of the shattered worlds that the Star Conquerors left behind?
Yeah. What if it's like they've got like a little pocket of their dimension, like the last remains of their dimension is like inside their ship, and they can kind of like bleed it out into little like platforms nearby their ship.
Yeah.
That's how they raid too. Is they project the image of what this place will look like when it is destroyed, show up, destroy it themselves, and then when it's gone, it will look like it will be.
Yeah, and they're
gives
like
them a
essentially
map.
just raiding for supplies and whatnot, like basically being like, yeah, the Star Conquerors are going to destroy everything that you know, and we're going to take your stuff before you go. Bye.
We're actually saving your stuff. Peace out.
Yeah.
Keeping it for historical purposes. It belongs in a museum.
Excellent. All right. So we are now going to define the aspects of the Fell Knights, which is we've got a couple different categories, and we're going to rank them. If we rank something closer to 5, that is better news for the PCs. It'll be a part of the threat that is easier to deal with. Closer to 1 is incredibly bad news for the PCs. It will introduce very serious dangers to the situation. And we'll rank these 5 different aspects, 1 through 5, without repeating a number for any of them. And I will...
Ranked choice voting, I see.
Yes, just as Mum Donnie wanted, which will shatter our dimension if you're a billionaire, I guess, or just like steal people's money through landlord bullshit. All right, so we are going to define the following aspects. The first is numbers. How many Fell Knights are there? Do they have a massive army, or are there just a handful? Then
like
we have
from 1 to 5 people.
So it is 1 to 5, and that will give us.
Oh, in terms of threat.
Yes,
Yeah.
level.
So if we rank at 5,
yeah.
there's like 2 of them, and if we rank at 1, there's like 10,000 of them. Right?
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, numbers.
Then we have infamy. Infamy is, what do people think of the Fell Knights in this setting? Do other places take them seriously and fear them, or do they see it kind of like as a joke? Then we have ideology. Do they want to hurt people and destroy things, or is that kind of an incidental thing that happens because of a larger goal that they're working towards? Allies, are they working with any established forces within this world to shore up their power, or are they sort of acting completely alone? And then enemies, is there any other powerful force apart from our PCs who will stand against the Fell Knights when they attack? So I think the best way to do this, I would like Eleni or Sam, you two can argue over which one of you is going to define 1, which is the most threatening aspect, and which one of you is going to define 5, the least threatening. Then New and Jay, I want y'all to establish between you 4 and 2. That way,
so each one only has one.
Each one will
number.
only have 1. Yeah.
I
Well,
see. Okay.
We're the mid crew.
I feel like we kind of already did. I'm happy to use mine on. I feel like we established that their ideology is like very incidental. It's like they're not like out to destroy this world. They're just sort of nihilistic about the fact that this world is going to be destroyed.
Ooh.
So I think that ideology is pretty lowly ranked.
Okay, perfect.
Also, I put the 5 things in the chat so we can look at them.
Oh, perfect.
Great.
I started writing and my pen ran out of ink.
No!
So that's
Your pen,
I was like, my pen!
your pen just knew that I was already taking the notes.
And using the tool that's right in front of you instead of, the old pen. Okay.
Okay, once again, I feel bad. 1 is the highest number.
One is like the
highest
most
threat for the PCs.
Okay.
Can you explain enemies?
That's other people that are fighting them.
That is other people that would be opposing them. So,
But wouldn't enemies ranked at any number be a good thing for the PCs?
Yeah.
Well, for instance, because we've already used the 5, it would be the Cosmic Blade itself sees the Fell Knights as an enemy and will favor Sentry Knights who oppose them. So the Fell Knights kind of being defined by the blades that they carry. If the Cosmic Blade, the power behind all of these swords, is enemy to those knights, it's a pretty significant ally for the PCs. And
so, like, would that be an example of enemies being closer to 1 or
that would be
closer to 5?
That would be the 5. That would be if there were 5. Yeah.
Because it would be better for the PCs.
The PCs, because the very thing that gives them power is against them.
So if we ranked enemies at 1, then they would have little to no impressive enemies.
Exactly.
I see.
Everybody's
Now I
just
get
laying
it.
down, essentially.
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
letting them do whatever they want.
I do think, James, what you just said is very interesting. Like, if the Fell Knights are wielding this power against, if the actual power itself is against the Fell Knights, I don't know. I feel like that could create interesting conflicts within
It could, but we've already spent our 5, Eleni. You are responsible for the 1. Whatever you
I'm
pick.
responsible for the 1.
Yeah.
So
And
the
you don't
numbers.
have to play.
There's a
so,
million.
Yeah, you can like hit the people playing this game as hard as you want because you'll never suffer consequences for this. Your remaining choices are numbers, infamy, ideology, and allies.
And infamy is like they're very well known
How
and
much they are
feared
feared.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should be pretty bad. I might make that number 1. Like
Okay.
I like that.
They are a big, big bad.
Here is well, I'll read it later. I'll let y'all discover what that's gonna do. Because
No, this is good. I'm in the dock. I'm in your walls.
What you think is the worst option is actually the second worst option because there's actually something far worse than that. So I'm super, super excited about what's about to happen there. Let's move to Jay and New. Which one of you wants to do 2 and which one wants to do 4?
I'll be 2. I'll be nasty. I'll be
Okay.
nasty.
Nasty.
All right, hit us with that Australian nastiness.
I think.
Yeah.
I think. They'd be
Yeah.
really good. It was. No, this
There
is
you
terrible.
go. Very good. Yeah.
Be very good. Very good.
Oi, mate. Come on.
Razor blades. I
Oh,
like
God.
numbers.
Well, now
I like
we're getting New
numbers.
Zealand.
Okay.
Razor blades.
I like numbers being 2. I like
numbers being 2.
numbers being 2 partially out of
Okay.
a resource element.
Cool.
Like partially just like they have the
Yeah, we'll read off what these do soon. Nala, that gets you to be 4.
Bit more
What
friendly.
is going to be the second?
Is it
kindest
allies,
turn?
I think?
I think
Allies?
allies?
Allies is the only
Yeah.
one left.
Well,
something.
no,
What
there's
else is left?
allies and
Well, I thought everyone else chose.
Infamy?
Oh, there's
No.
5.
Enemies, right?
I see.
Ranking them 1 to 5.
So wait. So we established. Yeah, it's either allies or enemies.
Gotcha. Is 4.
Oh, and yeah, we haven't assigned them yet. Okay.
You got these written down somewhere, right, James?
Yes, I'm looking at the document.
Yeah, great.
What's the remaining number? 3?
You're like
We
you
don't
can
get to pick 3. We
basically
pick 4.
you are assigning 4, which means you are also assigning 3.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't know what's more interesting. Do we want them to have more enemies?
They got that money.
Yeah, I think to make them more scary things, I think having enemies at 4 where every group sort of considers them as an enemy, I think that is intriguing. Actually, the more I think about it, I am leaning towards that because sorry, I almost pulled this out of your ear. There's something intriguing to me about growing up in a world in which everyone around you is telling you these people are evil, and then you grow up and you start seeing yourself in them and you start maybe agreeing with them, and that's really scary. So I like that. So enemies will be 4, and that means allies is 3.
Perfect. All right, I am going to read these in descending order. We are or ascending order rather. Descending. We are starting with our 5, which is ideology. Fell Knights have good intentions, but their methodology is distasteful at best. They take more extreme measures, unacceptable risks, and all sorts of terrible means to reach a theoretically good end. So perhaps they are like everything has got to be about defeating the Star Conquerors, and they're just willing to burn as many worlds as it takes in order to do that, which is sick. Then we come to 4, which is enemies. Every municipality in the world considers Fell Knights an enemy, and wise leaders use whatever power they have to aid efforts against them. Then our 3 is allies. The Fell Knights have friends and agents across the world. Their loyalty is firm and their arrangements are sensible. Everyone who follows their commands benefits from the relationship, but their loyalty is no deeper than their rewards. So these Fell Knights are paying off people, bribing people, making promises to gain allies within this world. Then moving up, we are at number 2, and that is numbers. Just over half the current active blades belong to Fell Knights. You are not alone, but your position is precarious. So all of our Century Knights in this world are basically equally matched by the number of Fell Knights.
Scary. But I think that works for the mirroring too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here, with the mirroring is really interesting with our number 1, which is infamy. No average person can tell the difference between a Fell Knight and a Century Knight. They assume all crimes committed by Fell Knights are also your crimes. So
good luck.
now every PC in this setting is kind of starting out as an outlaw in a certain way, because kind of everybody who sees a Century Blade assumes that it is the work of Fell Knights.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Everyone is suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
It's at best a coin toss about whether or not you're a good or a bad guy. And no one's
I
gonna
like that.
press their coins.
My PC, imagine I paint my sword with spray paint and it says totally not a bad guy in parentheses, not sus.
And then we find another Fell Knight that has the exact
Yeah, exact same sword.
Oh, come on.
Keep my shit, fam.
All right. So we're now going to do some
And they're
world
dressed
building
better.
questions to establish these Fell Knights in a little bit more detail. We can answer these questions together, but I'll give them to individual people so that they can be like the authority making the ultimate decision about it. New, let's start with you. I have rolled a 4, and your question is, what superstitions have arisen around how to appease one of the Fell Knights? What iota of truth do these traditions stem from?
I think the idea that the Fell Knights are greedy or selfish has spread out, and that people have a thought of, oh, they just want profit. They want to profit off of our despair. We can pay them off. We can almost like very mafia, like earn protections. I think people have a misconception that there is an element of we can just pay them off and that's fine. We can give them money. We can try to get into agreements. But the Fell Knights already think this is a lost world. So like what we consider a currency or whatever doesn't really matter to them. But the like little nugget of truth is anything that resembles. I think this is like a Fell Knights come from multiple different just worlds that have been destroyed by the Star Conquerors. Anything that reminds them of home. You know?
Ooh.
Like, oh, this place has a funny little clock, and it reminds me of how we used to reset our clocks by water. I'll take it. I'll decorate my house. It's just a little reminder of what it used to be. So people think it's money or like a more actual fiscal thing, and maybe some of them do that, but yeah.
Here's a thought that I just had because you put that idea out there. We've talked about like the Fell Knights are from other worlds, possibly other dimensions. What if the Fell Knights are essentially from other versions of this dimension, and the Fell Knights that we see are literally the PCs but from another dimension? So they might
it's like
have
they've
a
lost
different sword.
already.
Yeah, like they've lost already and they're coming to this world which looks so much like yours. The only difference is maybe you got a different blade in this world than the one that they got. And that way they can literally be foils to our PCs by being alternate
Yeah.
reality versions of
Hot
them.
and
They show up
sexy.
back
Love
in their
it.
old town and they're like, "Oh my god, they didn't close this restaurant."
And that's why people can't tell you apart, because you
Mhm.
literally look like your Fell Knight counterpart.
And you never know how many versions of a person
Right.
Yeah, there could
there
be
is.
multiples.
Yeah, like there could be 6 of
That's-
one and 2 of another one, or
Yeah. Being a Century Knight trying to defend your world is probably having to cut yourself down over
Please
and
once.
over again.
Wow, that's fucked up.
That's
Yeah.
pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up, man.
But you know what's also true? The Fell Knights have probably also done that their fair share number of times.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they feel
Mhm,
nothing
mhm.
about it anymore.
Some real.
It makes you wonder, like, how many cycles some of them have gone through, and
Mhm.
how just. I know one of the words earlier was emotionless, like how apathetic they are to this.
Yeah, I mean, I
Some
think
real.
it goes like even deeper than apathy, because it's like full on nihilism. It's like nothing
Right.
means anything. I've destroyed myself and my own home so many times.
To the players, they're doppelgangers. To the Fell Knights, they are just another fragment.
Yeah. Yeah. I am going to roll the next world building question. This one is going to go to Nala. Nala, I got a 2. What myths and legends are told about Fell Knights? How have these myths and legends seeped into culture and personal identity?
Well, given what we just talked about, where they're literally us, but in other dimensions or from other fragments of the timeline, I think, like, for people that believe in reincarnation, there's something there. There's a nugget there.
Ooh,
And
sure.
so I feel like in terms of like myths and legends, there might be religious groups that it's not like they completely ally themselves with the Fell Knights, but I think they're very apologetic. They're sympathetic towards them because they understand this idea of cycles and the repetition and yeah, I think there's something there, and I feel like I'm just like standing on the edge of an idea.
It sounds to me like sort of part of what you're expressing is that these religious groups use the Fell Knights maybe as like object examples of their philosophy. The predicament, the plight of the Fell Knight says something like very core about the religion. It's like if our world somehow got invaded by an alternate dimension where there were lakes of fire and people screaming and getting tortured all the time, certainly there would be some religions that would go, see, everything we said is right.
Yeah. I also think, like, in terms of like personal identity, it becomes very, very important in one's everyday life to, like, this is gonna sound goofy coming out of my mouth, but like I think in this world it might be taken more seriously is like mental health and keeping hope alive and keeping, the idea that we can win and persevere amongst all of this ick and badness and whatnot in the world. I think like that is very emphasized because if people view hopelessness as being like them, I think there might be in this world hope and joy is seen as like especially like acts of resistance or acts of bravery.
I like the idea of maybe Century Knights being classically thought of as defenders of hope.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that's
interesting.
troubling right now is the world is kind of teetering where we've probably pretty recently lost a lot of the Century Knights of this world to Fell Knights. They've actually gone over to the other side because their hope died.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it, like because the core of this question is talking about myths and legends. I see like a lot of mythology and legends and those stories that are passed down being centered around coming back from even the worst of times and that there's always hope.
Hmm.
Mm.
Can I make a pitch?
Yeah,
My
always.
pitch is that like you mentioned the idea of like you were circling around reincarnation, right?
Yeah.
And I had the idea of like the myth around the Fell Knights and the Century Knights at large, because like I think people maybe do know there are multiple copies of them, even if they believe all those copies are evil. But the
Right.
idea that like these knights are individual souls that on reincarnation got split up and broken, and like that's how the
Ooh.
Century Knights have kind of fallen into nihilism because their souls are not properly one.
They're not all
Um,
together. Yeah.
yeah, I think I don't think that's true, but I do think that's an interesting legend.
I also can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Go
gonna say
ahead.
I do like the idea of this shattered souls thing because it kind of explains how the whole world has started to turn against the Century Knights.
Hmm.
In that you go like this knight may not have fallen yet to the corruption of the Fell Knights, but you can see they're already shattered. There's already
Yeah.
multiple versions of them running around.
I have an idea. I have an idea. Oh,
Worm.
I have a little worm. This is my ADHD trying to hang on to my ideas so it doesn't go anywhere as I'm waiting for my turn to talk. Uh, my idea is that what if there is a belief amongst the Century Knights, that if you kill a Fell Knight, their soul shatters more, and thus you create more of them. So
Mm.
there is this
Mm.
weird like redemption sort of like we can't kill them, but we have to remove their power in some other way, whether that is giving them hope again
Oh,
or
disarming
removing
them.
their blade from them in
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
other way.
Disempowering
Oh,
I was thinking
that's
about
neat.
also the idea of like, could they ever merge again? Like, if they're
them.
really like a shattered part, is there a way of being able to re-merge with your other
Yeah.
Other
part, your
selves.
other
Oh,
self?
that's
And
so
so,
Yeah.
interesting.
and I think the other thing that I was thinking about was like, you mentioned mental health, and so there
Right.
is like a whole, I'm not a therapist, so I'm gonna butcher it, but like there's parts work where everybody has many parts within us, and they're not good or bad, they're just
My
different parts.
therapist, my former therapist,
Cool.
talked a lot about that actually. So
Yeah,
that's
so
a legitimate thing.
yeah, so, and my current therapist talks a lot about it, and
Mm.
all the parts have different functions, right? So you have some that are managers, some that are firefighters, some that are all the parts do different stuff. And so this idea of these souls like kind of splitting off with hope, nihilism, all of that stuff, I feel like to me that's what it's coming up is like these different parts of one soul or of one person getting split, and then how can they, you know,
Hmm.
can they re-merge them, or do they just get further split off into more chaos and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The
discarded and
Perhaps to go from one dimension to another, you do lose part of yourself. No matter what, you are
the
losing some aspect of yourself.
Has anyone here seen the Jet Li movie The One? Because the vibes here are off the charts. In that movie, he's playing as like it's like there's 140 dimensions or something, and he's playing um like a regular guy from one of the dimensions and a like super assassin from another one of the dimensions who has gone around and killed the other 138 copies of
oh,
himself because each time he like absorbs their power. And so the regular
whoa.
guy,
They're
it's
going
like
on.
split between all the other ones, right? And so the one, like our regular guy, sort of discovers that he has superpowers, like right as this like clone of him from another dimension is also showing up to assassinate him.
Oh,
It's
that's cool.
wild stuff, but yeah, um, very
uh,
relatable here.
let's move down to our next question. This one is
Oh,
going to
I
go
do
to
have one real
Eleni.
quick thing to add.
Oh, what's that?
This is a little bit of a throwback to my previous stream on here, but just thinking about that religion, which was founded by a Century Knight called the Path. which was all about self-actualization and all about like the steps to that stuff. I just thought that like fits neatly into everything that we've kind of forged here.
Yeah, and it's interesting that like it allows the path or followers of the path to maybe not full. I mean, that's interesting how the path is going to intersect with this new mythology surrounding the Fell Knights. We'll reconcile it as we play. The next question, this one goes to Eleni. Eleni, what current deeds within your lifetime are the Fell Knights infamous for? Are there any that they are celebrated for?
Oh. What current deeds are they infamous for? They've got to have done a lot of destruction. And I'm trying to think if there's like maybe there's a specific town or building that was considered like a really horrific massacre, and is somewhere that they keep going back to, or something like that, like a Chernobyl type thing is what I'm thinking of. It's become like a wasteland. That's my gut instinct.
So they've destroyed like a major city, like a metropolis size.
I think so. Yeah, there's got to be maybe at least one city, and there's probably a bunch that they are going around and destroying, but maybe there's one specific one that like nearly everyone got wiped out or something. Yeah.
Maybe the reason they destroyed that city, they claim, is that in every other timeline, the Star Conqueror guys needed something there, so they thought, oh, if we destroy this first, they can't get to it. But of course, you're then altering the timeline, and perhaps the Star Conquerors are gonna get what they need somewhere else.
Love it.
That could be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the first thing they do on the new reality.
They just fuck up that one city.
Yeah. Might be the one time all the Fell Knights do something in unison.
They roll up, they're like, all right, who's on the city? Yep, okay, yep.
We're going in.
We'll be dropping boys.
Same place as always.
You know our spot. I'll meet you there.
Hey, sir, don't you think that, the previous, 2 times we've done this, it hasn't really worked out for us, and instead they, got the you-know-what from you-know-where? Shouldn't we, there?
Hey, you sound awful lot like a guy who believes in stuff.
Yeah. Sounds like you guys, you think that our previous actions have consequences on every world we have after it.
I don't know.
Yeah, and apparently all of the Fell Knights sound like goons from Batman.
Yeah.
They
do. In the alternate dimension, they're from everyone's in New Jersey.
They may look hotter than you, but
their accents are strange.
Yeah. Hot until they open their mouths. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, where were you going?
Right.
Where you going? Hey, I'm walking here.
The second part of the question was about if they'd done anything good, right?
Anything that has been celebrated. Yeah.
Anything that has been celebrated.
And the answer very well could be not in our setting, but
Yeah.
That is in your hands.
I think if there would be very few instances of it, and it would maybe tie into the myth thing and the idea of the sort of recombining or re-emerging, that somehow the Fell Knights decided, like, I'm going to come back to the other side. And, but I don't know if that would just be like considered a mini, we got one.
Yeah.
We got one.
We got one.
Take him out back, boys.
The next question, this one goes to Sam. Sam, among the Fell Knights, who is most feared and who is the most respected?
Oh, I love this question.
Making me do individual characters.
You can describe the shape of a character, but
I mean, my instinct here is to wait for the players to make PCs and then pick.
Well, they've already made PCs, and if
sick.
you had
Well,
paid attention to any of that, no.
Wow.
So
I'm completionisting all these streams. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, can you tell me about the PCs? Can we pick mirrors of the PCs?
My little
let me
rooster man.
see if I don't have the list of the PCs on me. I can open character sheets though.
First, he's guilt tripping me. Now he doesn't even know.
Wow.
Double standards.
Wow.
How does the table feel on this side?
It's just like a film night, isn't it?
I'm
We're on
trying to
one
see.
side and then
Maybe
the other.
actually, I mean, maybe the right way to do this is to be like, the PCs. How many are there? 3, 4 PCs? Do we know the number?
We're going to, in the actual plays that we see, we're going to see 6.
6? Okay, cool. Well, I think maybe it's the right way to do this is to just divide the PCs group in half and say like half of that group is like a group of Fel Knights who are the most feared, and the other half are a group that are the most respected. They're like running around doing stuff.
One of the things that I think maybe we might not be able to use PCs for respected, because when I imagine respected, that has to be people who were heroes in this world before.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was thinking like respected among the Fel Knights.
Sure.
Right,
I mean, that could be another way to do it too.
Or maybe let's just, let's keep it real simple. We don't have to look at any NPCs at all or any PCs at all. Let's just say like the leader of the Fel Knights, the like most respected within the Fel Knights and the most feared outwardly to like everyone else is the like group of PCs, their Fel Knight versions. Because we know there's like 40, 50 Fel Knights running around, right? So I think the PC or the Nega PCs are like at the top of the list here.
Nega PCs.
Okay, so they are the most feared.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a pitch,
please,
if I may.
Yeah, we'd love it.
For the most respected, because I love the idea that the most feared Fel Knights are the ones centering around the PCs. Just given that like most stories, they're the main characters, so of course the most scary ones are going to be the direct foils of the main characters. But for respected, I see that as an opportunity to create a very morally gray character. So what jumped out immediately to me is the idea of like a politician, a very high-ranking politician who is a Fel Knight because they've given up. And that's sort of their attitude, and perhaps I think people might respect them because they see this person as being very transparent and very real about the state of things. And I think maybe that has led to some action to actually try to like combat the Star Conquerors. Because if the Fel Knights are also against the Star Conquerors, then I see that as a major thing that like normal freaking people and the Fel Knights agree on, is they're trying to stop this. It's just a matter of how do you go about and stop that. So if there was someone who was powerful enough in this world to actually have influence to like try to change things, and they're just a really nihilistic person who like sort of is like, well, the world is going to shit anyways, but I at least can try.
What if
something?
But
I don't care.
Political figure is like, because we mentioned the most powerful kingdoms are underground or underwater. What if we've got like the king of Atlantis, has.
What if they're like a
Fel Knights?
siren, because we said they're like dark and prettier than everyone. Prettier than like the other people. Like,
are we also imagining that this is a person who is not like hasn't been riding off of the Star Conquerors like coattails? Like this is like a person from our reality who is as good as a Fel Knight because they're probably just going to join along with them. But like,
I got it. I know what I'm saying for my question here. I think we're going Queen of Atlantis. I think the idea is that like she's from this reality, She has a Century sword. She's been a Century Knight, but she has like lost hope. And like, if this reality is destroyed, she will be one of the Fell Knights like at the next reality, right? Like
Mm.
she's like that's kind of the vibe of what's going on here.
Yeah, I love it.
And so
One
maybe
of the greatest heroes of this
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe she hasn't like publicly declared as much yet, which is why she's still most respected.
Yeah.
But like
Mm.
privately has aligned herself with the Fell Knights.
Ooh.
Fell Knight all but in name.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
like that.
Sad.
All right.
Exposing their ideals, but not, yeah.
Now we are going to define their abilities and weaknesses.
Mm.
So I am going to read off some options. We get to choose 2 abilities and 1 weakness. The abilities are as follows. There is ferocious training. Fell Knights clash with their own ranks as often as they clash with enemies. Soldiers, lords, and terrors all gain 1 defense. Always surrounded. Fell Knights are used to fighting when outnumbered. Lords and terrors will have extra hit points whenever they are outnumbered. Bloody Will. Fell Knights can force most blades to surrender their blessings. Lords and terrors can spend hit points instead of effort to activate blessings from a blade that they do not command as long as they are holding the hilt. Superior equipment. All Fell Knights have exceptional equipment. For every 10 resources their forces control, they can upgrade the impact of an action once. Zealous minions. The rank and file of Fell Knights are dedicated to the very idea of the Fell Knights, and they will fight for them with all the power of their being. Frightening presence. Whether by reputation or magic, all Fell Knights exude an aura of dread and malice. No one would be willing to face a Fell Knight without a Sentry Blade or I guess at this point, it's a Star Conqueror at their side. And finally, Mobile Fortress. It is a permanent stronghold of the Fell Knights that is mobile and capable of participating in sieges and assaults.
Their cloud thing, right?
Yeah.
We've already kind of established that. And I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
we
like-
want to be.
Let's lock in Mobile Fortress, I think,
Okay,
just
okay.
to keep it consistent.
And I liked the equipment one as well because
Yeah,
if
I was
they're,
gonna
I
say.
was also going to call that out. Yeah, I feel like we've kind of locked in that too a little bit, talking about how
There's-
sick their armor looks.
Yeah.
Something really appealing to the bloody will of the idea of them being able to steal your sword and use it as you would.
Well, I will give you an extra ability for the Fell Knights if you'll
Because
put
you like
a second
us?
weakness in there.
Yeah, done.
So we're going to choose 2 weaknesses here. Your options are archaic beliefs. The Fell Knights hold truths that have since been unequivocally proven false. This dogged adherence to these truths hinders them. Downgrade their efforts when Fell Knights are acting to defend a broken ideology. Infighting. The Fell Knights do not trust each other, and their very organization is so fractured that no 2 sects of their order are the same. Lords and Terrors have -1 defense when fighting alongside knights of a rival faction. Keystone Leader. The leader of the Fell Knights is the only figure trusted by other powerful figures within the faction. As powerful as this leader is, their demise would send this order into irreparable disarray. A terror gains 10 hit points and the weakness Keystone Figure. The knights fall with them. Substance dependence. A mystical or arcane substance allows Fell Knights to operate. Their entire infrastructure is built upon this one substance. Choose an element defined by another antagonist, and the Fell Knight competes for this resource and uses it to power their armor or base. False show of strength. The great secret is that Fell Knights are not as powerful as they let others believe. Even after victories, Lords and Terrors enter periods of vulnerability where they cannot fight until they undergo special restoration. And weak point. Every Fell Knight has a weak point on their person, whether obvious or hidden. Destroying this weak point point has major ramifications. Upgrade impact when targeting that area in exchange for giving them extra defense.
I know I like the first two quite a bit. And then
Infighting is really good. Really strong.
Okay, we like infighting. I will
Yeah, I
highlight
like
infighting.
I like assuming it's not anyone's line for the players. I like substance dependence.
I also like it, and I have a take on it.
Yeah.
My take on it is that they like have to like breathe or eat food like from their original dimension, that like something about this dimension like doesn't quite line up with their biology. And so they have to like go back to their base, or like, you know, what it says here, where they have to like get some amount of something to power their ability to make like air atoms from their original dimension or something.
The part of the spirit of it is it's tied to another antagonist group. So it might be light from their suns. Which right now exists entirely within the Star Conquerors.
Love that. That's my pitch. I love that pitch.
They have to keep recalling back to base.
Yeah.
They can't be out for very long.
It's also this element of like they hate the Star Conquerors, but they also have to like deal with them to like. There could also be like a Spider-Verse element of just like you know, bands or whatever.
Or they're pulling off heists to get their own daylight back or something too, you know, like
that could be if they're clad in their armor, which we're about to define, like they don't have problems, but outside of their armor they need
this is what I was thinking,
light or whatever. Which
that's why it looks the fucking light that's glowing out. Yeah, it's the sunlight from their homes. It's like coming out through the cracks in the armor.
Maybe that's why they're infighting. Like if they can't get back to their base in time, they'll just attack another one of their own to get their energy or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that's a good motivation. I also think the infighting works too, because we've talked about how like you can't really tell when it's a Fell Knight versus, you know, like everyone, there's a 50-50 chance.
Right, they don't trust each other.
Just as
like you're probably you're probably loyal to the other Fell Knights that are from your original reality, but we've said they've been like stacking up like destroyed realities, right? So like the other copies of you from other realities, like they came and blew your shit up. Like you probably don't like them.
Probably one faction that is like, oh, it's all one guy. It's all one guy in the entire faction.
Yes. Well, and there's probably a lot of code words too, things like that, so that you can tell which one came from your faction and which.
That guy still has a glimmer of hope in his eyes. Get him!
Yeah.
All right. So...
Incredible.
No. I was just hopeful about my breakfast tomorrow. I had some really good eggs.
I'm hopeless. Okay. I'm depressed.
I'm depressed. So depressed.
We're going to flesh out some details that are specific to the Fell Knights. I want to start us off on their organization. Part of the strength of Fell Knights is their association and cooperation, which makes infighting problematic for them. This defines how that works and the benefits that it gives them. We're going to start with their structure. You are going to choose one here. Monarch. There is a sole figure of the Fell Knights who they all recognize with unilateral authority. Hierarchical. There is a strict hierarchy within the Fell Knights orders, and orders from higher ranking members are absolute. Anarchic. All who hold blades are considered equals within their order. There are frequent disagreements, but they have the same goals. Strength. There is a limited council that rules the knights. They earn their place by proving themselves in combat. And oracular. The Fell Knights take orders from an oracle or supernatural force and follow them to the best of their interpretation.
I have a pitch. So based on what we already said, anarchic seems like it would fit, but I want to make a pitch for hierarchical, however the hell you say that word, wherein the hierarchy is the people who've been through the most cycles and therefore have the most experience. But aside from that, they are very anarchy. But I can see like newer, fresher Fell Knights just innately looking up to people who have been here longer.
Love that.
Okay.
Also, the
my
more
pitch.
cycles you've been through, probably the more power you've been able to accumulate. And,
Right.
you know,
They
yeah.
like I love a funny like he's fifth generation.
Yeah.
He's fifth born.
How it does pose the question of how would you be able to tell that they've been
True.
there longer if a lot of them are looking the same?
It's that guy's got a scar, and you can tell it's him. And
What if
or
in the Fell Knight's armor, like we mentioned, the glowing. What if, like, if you've been around many cycles, you've been able to collect more sunlight, win more sunlight from the Star Conquerors, your armor simply can glow brighter.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you're running out and it's glowing dimmer.
Yeah, the opposite.
Or maybe completely independent of that, something about going through all these cycles literally makes someone like more fractured as a person. So maybe they're
you
like
have to lose something when you go through dimensions.
right. What if they're like literally like they phase in and out, or they like glitch in the world, or are transparent, or something like that?
That's cool. Yeah, there is a way, there's a
Because
thing they can do to show like
it's not even that they can do it on command. It's more just something that has happened to them. Because I like the idea of like hopelessness tied with literally disappearing from the world. And that what was the other idea I had? But
what if it's their eyes? What if their eyes, like something happens after however many iterations, your eyes like change,
What
like
if eventually you just don't exist outside of the armor? Like the armor is hollow.
I like that.
So I like the people who've been around a while, they're just like a suit of armor that talks.
Yeah.
AOA!
They're
and
just
they're also
like
the
a
most
memory.
New Jerseyan.
New Jersey Darth Vader.
Your New Jersey accent.
Yeah.
Yo, listen
the
to
power
me.
of the Pine Barrens. All right. Their assets. I mean, we already have established they have a battle fortress.
And wealth,
do they also
maybe?
have wealth, access to near inexhaustible fortune that makes mundane expenses trivial concerns?
Knowledge.
Devotion. There are pockets of deeply held support for the Fell Knights all over. Knowledge. The Fell Knights hold secret information that other world powers are searching for. And blades. The Fell Knights have access to blades that are not currently held by Century Knights. Or by knights at all, period. Yeah. So masterless blades.
I would I wonder if blades, like you'd mentioned that I mean, if these are from other realities, they might have like copies of the blades from those other realities.
I don't think the blades get copied. One of the things that we kind of established with the movement of the cosmic blade is it is moving all of the blades at the same time. So we're not dealing with copies.
Got it.
If we were, the Fell Knights would, I guess, have to be seizing them in this world.
Yeah. Although we could kind of do it like Infinity Stones rules, where outside of the reality they just don't work. But also probably just one set.
I think we should rule out blades. I think devotion also does not fit with what we've established.
Knowledge from all the cycles is interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Knowledge in their battle fortress. That's cool to me. How are disagreements between members resolved?
Ritual combat.
Yeah, violence.
I don't even think it's ritual. I think they just go for it.
Yeah,
come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
come at me,
like
bro.
the idea that there's some level of formality to like know what counts as a victory.
They've got like duels. Yeah. Like a formal dueling system.
What if you drain all the light from somebody's armor and they have to go back, that is seen as you winning and them losing?
Oh, that's interesting.
Like the thing of if I make it all the way into your tent and put a blade in there, you lose.
What?
There's some
Talking about?
there is some
Sounds
group out
sick.
there. There's some like country where you could end a war, or like allegedly you could, like, if you could sneak into the rival person's camp, go to their leader's thing, and like place a blade there to show that I could have killed you just now. You have to capitulate,
I
essentially.
do like something about this because they are fighting a war more or less against the Star Conquerors. There's limited resources. They've got only so much light, only so many forces, so they probably don't want to kill each other.
Yeah. So if I can drain all of your energy without you noticing, or like whatever, make you have to go to the Star Conquerors in some way or form, that's humiliation enough. You are no longer valid. I have portrayed myself as the light man, and you are the simple simp.
You are a simp.
Simple
Like-
simp.
Simple
Yeah.
simp.
And who competes for power within the Fell Knights? It definitely seems like one of the people that we have now is like this Queen of Atlantis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got her. You've got like, I think there's like the one guy who's been through like 7 cycles, and like that's ridiculous, and that's like so many more than anyone else. And then you also have like the other copies of the player characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look up which, because I know we have to have had a player character that had like Chosen One stuff
Yeah,
in their
yeah,
story.
yeah.
So we'll make that
We
one
had
the
a teddy
first
bear of that.
soldier.
Yeah, great.
And then PCs. All right.
Yeah, I like 7th cycle being like the extreme one, because like maybe it's impressive to have made it 5 cycles. Most people have only done 3 or 2 or even just 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, now it's time to go into their armor. In addition to holding sentry blades, Fell Knights have access to armor that makes them especially formidable. We get to choose 2 abilities here. Summoned. Fell armor can be summoned to its knight instantly by simply devoting an action. In its inactive state, it is almost undetectable and can even conceal a sentry blade along with it. It perfectly conceals the identity of the Fell Knight unless they are witnessed transforming. Retributive. Once a Fell Knight drops to half hit points, their armor deals 1d4 elemental damage to all attackers. Fusing. Fell armor gives knights the ability to form gestalt entities that combine and escalate the power of their component parts. This enables them a special variant to their forces, selecting an extra vulnerability. Fortifying. Grant extra 5 effort to Fell Knights so that they can use more of their abilities. Cloistering. By spending 2, their armor can add to defense for the round. And piloting. Fell armor is the key to allowing Fell Knights to operate battle armor that turns any true knight into a terror. The knight must sacrifice effort and hit points to summon this armor. If they do not meet the requirements, they can still summon their armor, but perish after the scene where they use it, selecting an extra vulnerability.
This is a purely visual thing, but this was something that just hit me that I thought would be cool. We've been talking a lot about light, but one of our core principles was dark. I like the idea that the light that comes off of this armor does not illuminate.
Ooh, sure.
You see the light, it does not illuminate. There's actually things are darker, as it is it's a hungry light. It's a starved light. It's stealing passively light from here. Not effectively. It's not able to transmit that into something useful, but it is a cold, quiet, hungry light.
Beautiful. Love it.
My pitch for armor abilities is retributive, where once a Fell Knight drops to half their health, they sort of like spray out a bunch of the like light they still have in their armor to kind of like blast people and then try to get out of there. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
And then fortifying Also, can you read what fortifying was?
Fortifying grants them extra effort. Effort is the currency that people use to activate blessings on their blades and modify dice results in this system. So that having extra effort makes it so that they can do more when they are in combat.
Seems great.
I like summoned though. There's something
Summoned?
cool about like the a full power move.
Mm-hmm.
I like that as also like a moment when a Fell Knight is revealed. They're like, whatever, and then their armor comes to them. Yeah.
Ooh, that is pretty cool, especially like the ones that are from this dimension, or maybe like from recent cycles where they're not hollow yet, so that they can kind of walk around and pretend to be whoever they were in this world.
It full Star Trek beams onto them, like, oh no, kind of adding to the futuristic thing. I don't know though. We can figure out what we like most.
Summoned and Retributive seem great to me.
All right,
I mean,
summoned and retributive it is. Now we've got vulnerabilities here, and we choose one. Elemental. An element grants upgraded impact on attacks against a knight wearing that armor. Ideological. This armor will only work if its knight is strictly adhering to strict interpretations of their laws. Judging. The armor needs a knight to fulfill a certain feat before they are deemed worthy of its true power. Draining. Activating these abilities costs 1 hit point per round. And dominating. The armor has a desire to separate from the Fell Knight and Blade. It takes control when all of the powers are activated.
I think draining fits pretty well with what we've established about the light, and then like needing the light to survive.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes them all kind of glass cannon.
What was the first one?
Elemental.
I liked Elemental too, but that also plays into the light thing. I think, I'm a bit focused on the element of like it's charged by this light, so that's probably going to impact their armor in a ton of different ways.
Yeah. Anything that's the opposite. I guess profane damage would probably hit them for more, as it like saps away light.
Ooh.
Also sick.
Funny because I don't know if we want to make this canon, but if the armors are actually property of the of the Star Conquerors.
Oh, interesting. Well, we've established a lot of stuff about the Star Conquerors. I don't know that would mix with it, because they're like weird extra dimensional bird soup.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
New
they're
loves
like
birds.
wings and beaks and whatnot. That just like, they're very creepy creatures. They don't quite wear armor like that.
I like the draining as the vulnerability.
Draining,
That's where I would put my my vote on
your
it.
vote.
My vote. My one little vote. My little worm.
How is fell armor personalized between various knights, and what elements are common?
Stickers.
I know, that was my funny answer with stickers. I was gonna say stickers. I'd like to think that like if the design is like cracks in like a thing that like this, I'm trying to lift my mouse up.
Sure,
kind of like
sure,
this.
yeah.
I like the idea that if the armor was created for each person, the way that all those cracks are like designed, where like the different pieces of armors come together, is different for everyone. Just because everyone has different body types, and how they acquire their armor might be all at once, might be in pieces. So I just think in general they all look different. Not because they're necessarily personalizing them. Maybe it's just the way that the armor is created means that they all are pretty unique.
I have a thought. I feel like I've been saying a lot. What if the armor is a byproduct of the first time you dimension shift? Like it forms around your body and you break out of it.
Oh.
And that's why it's a little bit personalized. Maybe even like later generations, that's why they're so strong too, is they have like these whatevers.
Well, the one question, that I would have then is, what about the people who become Fell Knights from this cycle?
They're not true Fell Knights until they travel.
Oh,
Maybe like they can be
interesting.
aligned with it. They can be fully part of it. But once you jump, once you fully leave behind the world to die, that's when you become,
That's like your big feat to
Yeah,
like fully join
exactly.
the crew.
because
I was
that's true hopelessness.
I love that. I was thinking about, you said like they burst out of their armor, and then also the idea of stickers and the idea of cracks made me think of like tattoos. Like if there were shapes, everybody had their
Oh.
own etched in, and maybe certain symbols would mean certain things about their like their experiences, or however many there are is how many times you've jumped.
Yeah.
Mm.
When an average person sees a Fell Knight in armor, what elements do they see as monstrous or awe-inspiring?
It's painful when you jump for the first time, so there's maybe like a giant like like the face of
Oh.
it is terrible. It's
Or maybe just if we're going back to the mirror thing, like what is scarier than seeing a part of like a version of yourself that is broken, where the
think-
armor is broken?
Not everyone's going to see themselves when they look at a Fell Knight, though,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Like,
Well, I know, but like even metaphorically or ideologically, like you see someone that reminds you of you, but shattered.
I think also the hungry light is probably scary. Like there probably is
Oh.
something about that light that emanates that is like unnerving too, because it's not
Right.
natural. It's
and
like
they're also like wearing these dark obsidian fucking suits of power armor, basically, right? It's like just like Darth Vader walked into the room. It's like, yeah, I mean that guy is fucking spooky. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think also the ones that are older in terms of cycles who are not all there quite literally, that's pretty scary.
yes,
Yeah.
right.
Or
Yeah.
awe-inspiring depending on who you
Mm.
talk to, but
Maybe there's even just like a scary thing of, yes, they are hollow suits and things. When they do expose a part of it, it almost looks like pure light, and it strangles and grabs what it needs from the outside.
Mm.
I'm thinking almost like the Thing cover.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
I like that.
They're nasty.
All right, we're going to move on to define their
Never tip.
code. The Fell Knights have a code that dictates the general behavior and philosophy of their members. This is enforced socially and supernaturally within the order. We're going to identify 3 concepts, words, or phrases that the Fell Knights consider to be sacred. So, yeah, which is interesting for nihilistic beings. But also they're nihilistic, but they have a purpose. They don't believe in anything for this dimension, but they do believe in some form of victory over the Star Conquerors.
There is no next.
Mm.
Interesting.
Well, why do you say that? I feel like that's the
that
opposite.
feels like the opposite of their philosophy. Yeah.
Well, like if they have this like as a creed or a belief, there is no next day for these people, right? Like, or there's
Oh, okay. Well, then how about
It's like
there
a
is
ve-
no tomorrow?
there is no tomorrow.
That still feel I'm not about it sounds sick as hell, but also like the place I'd been imagining them coming from was like where we're cockroaches, right? We're like hanging on for tomorrow.
Well, like I kind of think this is more, maybe there is no tomorrow for them. It is specifically how they're supposed to treat people from this reality.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
like the
They
other
have no
people have no future. They should
Yeah.
not have hope because they do not have it tomorrow. The Star Conquerors are inevitable.
This
and
place
they're-
has no tomorrow.
Especially like
Yes.
being Century Knights, this is an organization that is more or less made up of the greatest heroes across several dimensions.
Yeah.
They must
yeah.
have lost so many people from their ranks who just tried to do the right thing and did it for worlds that ultimately didn't matter because they were going to get destroyed anyway. So they're trying to drill into new members so that they can maintain their ranks. Like, hey, That's not the fight. The fight isn't saving these people.
And
They're
just
already
they don't matter.
dead.
They're not your people.
Yeah.
I would pitch sunlight as a sacred concept for them.
Oh, sure.
Keep it simple.
I like it. I like it.
SPF 100.
Again, you found the opposite.
Sunscreen.
Everything is nothing. Maybe that's just the pure nihilism of it all.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Identify 2 things, persons, places, things, or ideals that Fell Knights consider to be profane.
Star Conquerors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hope.
Ooh.
Hell
Because
yeah.
if they believe, I mean, if they're nihilistic, they believe that hope is useless, futile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's because weirdly also their ideology is based on hope because like they are fighting the Star Conquerors, but maybe they don't want to fight the Star Conquerors to like have a place to live. They just want it for revenge.
Yeah.
So there's not really hope attached to that. It's spite that they're going for. All right. So we're going to match our sacred pillars to the following statements. So there is
everything
no
is
tomorrow.
Nothing is worth dying for.
Yeah, everything is nothing is worth dying for. Sick. That's so interesting. All right. So for those that are not reading the document, we are trying to match there is no tomorrow for them and sunlight. The suffixes here are is beauty, is strength, can overcome death, will reforge the world, can overcome gods, shall be protected at the expense of all, and shall never be forgotten.
Sunlight is strength, maybe.
Sure.
Very literal.
I agree.
And there is no tomorrow for them.
There is no tomorrow. I feel like it doesn't work grammatically, but the is worth dying for is interesting to me because if they die, they get shattered further.
Oh, there is no tomorrow worth dying for. That's interesting.
And you just made it work grammatically. There we go.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Like we're all just like, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if we move everything is nothing, it maybe be everything is nothing can overcome death. Like if death is the Star Conquerors, nothing.
Sure,
no,
sure,
but
sure,
like,
sure.
Or maybe
can
overcome God.
Can overcome death, yeah. So I kind of think it's like this path, like devoting the world is already dead. You are already dead because you are from a broken world. And if you accept that nothingness, you surpass death and continue to exist. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they're kind of like revenants.
Hell of a lot. Okay. So now matching the profane pillars here, there's shall never be spoken, must be eradicated, will be hunted to the ends of the cosmos, will bring eternal shame to those that touch it, is or are eternal death, is or are beyond redemption, is or are the ultimate weakness, and can be saved.
The Star Conquerors are eternal death.
Ooh, cool.
I was gonna say hope is eternal death.
Ooh, and that.
Hope is beyond redemption.
Actually, hope is eternal death kind of fucking rips.
That
Yeah.
rips.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I think the basic thing, hope shall never be spoken. Yeah, cool, but hope is eternal death.
Well,
Oh.
I mean that's metal. I also like hope will bring eternal shame to those that touch it.
But like hope is eternal death is also like lines up
It's-
with their other
It's
mantra.
so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
And there's also something infectious about hope, right? Like once you
mhm.
start feeling it again, you might not be able to really become a Fellow Knight again.
Exactly, right. That's it. That's
You've caught it again. The bug's back, baby.
And so Star Conquerors must be eradicated, will be hunted to the ends of the cosmos.
To the ends of the earth.
Bring eternal shame to those that touch it. So they might like, hey, don't fuck the Star Conquerors. We're actually here to fight them.
No
and,
deals.
Like, please don't have sex with the Star Conqueror.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are Beyond
Go for it,
Redemption. One thing is actually really interesting here. The Star Conquerors, as was built by our other group creating Antagonists, are kind of very sympathetic. Like, all they want to do is go home. And
Yeah.
they are struggling to do that in ways that don't harm all of the worlds that they touch. So the idea that like the Star Conquerors have an intelligence that is understandable and could be sympathetic, and the Fell Knights are like, they're beyond redemption. They've already
I like that a lot.
destroyed my world.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't forgive that.
Totally.
I like Beyond Redemption.
Yeah, that's cool.
Are there any Star Conquerors who wield blades? Is it possible?
Could be. The Star Conquerors are like weirdly kind of, because they're extra dimensional creatures, they're not super solid unless they are in darkness, actually, which is another cool thing that we've sort of done accidentally here. Okay. Penalties. When a Fell Knight breaks the code, what happens? And we get to choose two here. Demotion. Fell Knights lose rank or authority within the group. Mark. The knight acquires a visible mark of their disloyalty, making their betrayal obvious even out of armor. Pain. The knight is racked with an excruciating pain that downgrades their dice. Censure. The knight loses access to some of their blessings, depending on the severity of their infraction. And trial. The knight must face a test of loyalty to return to good standing.
I like trial.
I do
That's
too.
interesting.
You fail, maybe you are left behind.
Ooh. And then it's like, maybe you'll find your way back, maybe you won't.
Well, I mean, if you're left in the previous universe, like all of them, more or less, those universes died because their sons had the light taken from them. So maybe they send you back to one of the previous worlds, and if you can gather enough light, you can return, because it's like, well, you've gathered light.
Ah,
and that is
damn.
at least
Like the
useful for
sunlight trials or something. They call it something cool.
No, they say go back
Yeah.
home. I like Sunlight Trials. That also sounds like
Sounds great.
a
Yeah.
game I would have downloaded with my parents' credit card on my iPhone.
The sunlight trials.
Yeah.
A lot of ads in that game.
Coming to App
Lots of
Store
ads. And it's
in
just like a little
2012.
car going around.
They
Yeah.
actually made the game that is in all the ads, the Sunlight
Yeah.
Trials. Now,
Oh no!
all right.
Oh my god, I just won $200 real
What's the-
dollars from
okay, wait,
playing
wait,
this
wait,
game.
But that's the punishment. Is that what the trial is as well? Is being left behind? Because I thought the
Well, the trial is collecting enough sunlight.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's also punishment. That's penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you sort of get exiled back to one of the previous universes to
Mhm.
try and collect enough sunlight to prove your worth. So then we've got demotion, mark, pain, and censure.
I kind of like pain as well. I think pain is a good motivator for don't do that. Because the thing about Mark, I think if we like the idea that their armor
They look
has
like
these
us.
markings,
Yeah.
I don't think the
They
markings
can't
really
blend in
matters.
as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like pain.
Yeah, I like
Pain.
pain. I just think it's
Who
I like
among
enough
us
of
is,
like
doesn't
that
like
hurts.
pain?
Don't do
Yeah.
it. It hurts.
Just a little pain from time to time. Let's fucking go.
Ouchie.
Yeah.
A little ouchie.
How do they administer this pain?
Maybe they spray you with sunlight and it hurts.
But don't they like sunlight?
Maybe
but,
they
like,
take
maybe-
light from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
What is the most important part of the code that all Fell Knights respect, and what is something that only the most devoted follow?
I think the hopelessness part is pretty widely agreed upon because they are nihilistic.
Maybe people are a little bit more attached to these worlds than they like to let show.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
It's hard to not go to the next reality and you want to check on check on your grandparents or something.
Totally.
Because I think that's what makes them human too, right? Like
Yeah.
it makes you very, very human. Wherein like if in your original world your grandparents are dead and you go to a new one and they're alive. And you're battling with like the nihilism versus the hope of these people who I feel attachment to are alive here, so why not fight for them here?
Yeah.
But are they the
Who-
real people? Blah 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 blah.
And so the idea is that you don't fight for them here. That's how
Yeah.
you remain a Fell Knight.
Exactly.
So leave
Yeah.
everything behind would be like
Because
the
your grandparents
mantra.
are dead. This is someone else's grandparents
right.
who
These
look
are not
like
your
you.
people.
Right. They are not
Okay.
your people. Right.
Who enforces the code?
Maybe the
That's a-
ancients, like a longer generation one.
Or maybe they just
Ooh.
enforce it on each other and that
Yeah.
also causes
Oh
infighting.
yeah, also
Yeah,
true.
I think that's right.
Everybody's
went to his house.
everybody's
Well, they-
real uppity about
Oh,
it.
this guy went to Wilfred's house.
The guy who's like been around for 7 cycles of this shit is also just like, you have hope, I'm fucking killing you. And like he's like doing a lot of that, right? Like he's like being mob bossy about it.
I
Like,
saw you save that guy.
yeah.
The armor has a fedora.
It's a
Every
futuristic fedora.
He's has the mark of the fedora upon him.
It's got like those bars, like those stripes. But
Yeah,
those
yeah,
gold.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
pinstripes
lady.
on the armor.
Yeah.
pinstripes and a feather that glows.
The suit just kind
no.
of plays Zoot Suit Riot as he's like walking around like
God.
All
He's
right.
scary though. He's really scary.
Trust
Honest.
in the reality of this world, that's the scariest shit anybody's ever seen.
Nobody wants to hear a Zoot Suit Riot. That is
I think then the way to close out our time with the Fell Knights here is to make. I want us to make the Queen of Atlantis.
yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Queen of Atlanta.
She
Queen of
feels
Atlanta.
Oh,
like
Queen
That's
of
what
Atlanta.
the subtitles
she would be
generated.
a Lord level True Knight. Put that in there. All right. The things that we need to choose for her are abilities. Does she have push? When outnumbered, she can spend 2 effort to gain 1 defense and an extra action each round. Indomitable, she has 15 extra hit points. A secret technique, she gets an additional major blessing on her blade. That is, well, I guess that's wouldn't be because it would be controlled through her armor. Indestructible, upon defeat, gain a new flaw and emerge from certain death having miraculously survived.
It's the second part of the boss battle, of course.
Yeah.
Ceaseless, gaining an extra 5 effort. Elemental Dominance, choose an element and add 1d8 elemental damage to all attacks and 2 defense when the element is activated. Sword Master Technique, roll an additional miraculous blessing. This blessing can be used once per fight and does not remove a blessing from blessings pool. and Brilliant Parry. Spend 4 and take half damage rounded up from any attack.
I feel like she's got to have water dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got Fishman
yeah.
Karate for all the One Piece fans.
Yeah.
I did like Indestructible too,
Yeah.
Sure.
because it also just goes with the idea of like respawning.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Atlantis may have sunk, but I survived that, and I'll survive
You cannot drown me.
Yes.
Muahahaha.
That's
I am Fish Lady.
sick.
I am Fish Lady and I live.
I am Fish Lady and I live very nice.
I
And you
love
cannot
the
defeat me,
voice that we're
Tiki.
giving the Queen of Atlantis.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, have
really
fun
tough
doing
to-
this.
Because she was a
thing
siren
that's
too. That's a siren in your mind.
Well,
Irresistible.
what about
Siren
this voice is
Irresistible.
not
No,
is
perfect
not
taste.
is not lovely to you, and you want to just hear this all the time?
I guess I
on the
can't. I
rocks?
guess it's becoming more German.
Are you not?
but
Yeah.
Are you
it
not
started
drawn?
elsewhere.
Are you not drawn into this?
This is the
Do you
tough
not
part.
want to listen to me talk all
Offer
the
me
time?
a plate of food. What kind of food are you offering me?
Oh, I can get you Krispy Kreme donuts, perhaps.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty irresistible.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
irresistible.
good. Yes. And how about
I'm
Gonna,
imagining
gonna
like
eat
a
you and
cute,
throw you in her oven.
like grandma.
a nice
Yeah.
strawberry matcha latte?
A strawberry
Oh.
matcha latte.
I'm in.
This
With
Oh, it's
Krispy
making me
Kreme
cry.
powerful. The
Yeah.
tough part
Alright,
for
alright.
her in joining the Fell Knights is having to give up this voice and do the accent of the Fell Knights.
She gets assigned a dialect coach.
I am walking here.
the weakness that we have to choose now is intolerant, harshly punishes their allies and underlings for failure. Old-fashioned, keeps a code of honor that gives them a tactical disadvantage in most conflicts. Scarred, an old wound makes them circumstantially more vulnerable. And competitive, this knight takes pride in their skill and refuses to strike down an opponent who wields a century blade unless they started the fight at full power.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
Competitive.
cool.
Yeah, I like
Especially
that
because they're like so respected. I feel like
Yeah.
that's a very
Mhm.
respectable
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Very noble.
Yeah.
No fight without honor.
All right.
Right.
Now we need the blessings of her.
Oh, you look so
blade.
tired. So why don't you rest up and come fight me tomorrow?
Have the Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
That reminds me of
I promise I will not hurt you. You can take a nap right here in my throne room. I do not mind.
my great grandfather famously bet on fights, and if the person lost, he would bring them to his house and serve them food to try to like
Beef them up.
Hey, you
Yes.
gotta get strong. You need a good meal, bud.
bread and milk specifically, in which my dad
I
then
put
drank a bunch of
$100
that.
on you, man. Eat up.
That is so sweet.
That's adorable. All right. I need each group here. So New and Jay, Eleni, and Sam, each of you needs to roll a D100 for me.
You want to
Gotta
bring out
grab
that
it.
monster
Yeah,
with
I have a
purple
monster.
dice?
Hold on.
You grab it.
Yeah, I've
Oh, you got a
One sec.
Zaki ball? Go get it.
I've got a D100.
This was the
One
Zaki
second.
ball that we had last time.
Oh my, I'm doing it virtually.
Yeah, of
I got a
course.
62.
Oh, don't use a
62.
virtual device to roll dice with. Those things, I feel like they have a cursed. Something's wrong. I always get bad numbers.
What's
Well.
wrong with 62? You got a problem with
Well,
62?
62 solid. It's
How about 12?
Are you okay? Do you need help?
I got a 12.
Good.
There's very
I-
little space here
Uh-oh. Fenway's revealing too much about the room.
about this room.
It's
No, don't fall.
It's
Okay.
fine. They
Roll
can't
it.
actually see it on the screen.
roll it.
My green screen is named Fenway, by the way, because I'm from Boston.
Fenway Park, Green Monster. Look it
That's
up.
the monster.
Oh my gosh. That's
77.
77, the least cursed roll.
77. Lucky number 77.
Okay.
Yes.
So the
What are we rolling for?
this
Blessings.
is In this
sword stuff.
setting, the Century Blades, each of them has 3 blessings. So there are 3 different D100 tables that you roll on to find out what their blessings are. We are determining the blessing for this Queen of Atlantis. We're going to start with her Miraculous. I'm going to read off the options attached to the 3 rolls that we made. 12 is Command Dead. With a touch of your blade, you can animate corpses or bones of dead creatures, assigning it a pair of dice for control and impact based on its size. Dead will remain animated as long as they are within a radius equal to 10 feet per level, and you can spend 5 effort to seize command of any unintelligent undead that enter your aura of control. You may roll your refresh die against the intellect die of intelligent undead in your aura in order to command them. And that effect lasts until the end of the scene. Then we go down to 62. 62 is the Deep Horror Blade. Spend 7, and for the duration of the scene, you become an aspect of unknowable eldritch horror. You gain the following. You sprout otherworldly appendages, granting you extra defense and
She
damage
gets
to your
tentacles.
attacks.
She gets octopus tentacles.
Yes.
Yeah. You
It's hot.
get your visage becomes disturbing and uncertain. It lowers the impact of your foe's attacks. You can breathe underwater. Your mouth becomes an incomprehensible orifice, allowing you to feed and sustain yourself on madness. And let's see. Yeah, that is just more about
Squid
the
stuff.
madness. So
Squid stuff.
that's squid stuff.
Other
baby.
squid stuff happens as well.
Yeah, she's
and-
not
Ink.
the leader. What's it called? Relief is actually the name of the town.
Oh,
the
77 is one of the more terrifying abilities to give a antagonist, and that is Anagrammaturgy. Sacrifice a physical object with a 4-letter name and reassemble its name into a new word that describes a magical effect you are hoping to achieve. You can spend extra effort to increase the number of letters identifying your initial object. Basically, using scarf instead of yarn would take that extra effort. Then take 1d6 damage for every letter that you drop from the resulting word. Roll your restoration die as control to see how close your effect is to your intent. The difficulty of your roll is based on how dramatic the effect you are hoping is, and how obviously the resulting word connects to the idea that you want to take place. So yeah.
That's really sick anagram shit. But I'm on team octopus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gotta be
octopus.
It's
It's got to be octopus. It's too perfect.
I thought I was going to be the control the dead because that is pretty cool too. But the octopus is like so.
It's
We
It's
can't
so
not
perfect.
pick that. We can't.
Yeah. Right.
I have a question though about the Anagrammatron thing.
yes.
Okay, so if you had yarn and you rearranged it to be nary, you'd be like, this is a deletion effect. I can just
Yes.
cancel something. That would work.
Mhm.
That would work, and you'd still be rolling to see if you achieve it, and the difficulty of the roll would be based on how well the word that you are making connects to the idea that you want to see. And nary, I would say, like, yeah, probably that would not be too difficult to roll to pull off.
That's a dope power
For somebody
Chill.
else.
for someone
power,
else.
and yeah.
Oh,
for
but look at me!
hopefully
I have
a
tentacles now.
protagonist. Or are you frightened?
Yeah, let's
of
leave
my
that on the table for
tentacles?
someone else.
But look at my tentacles. There's so many of them. And I can
Alright.
breathe underwater, but I think you already
Lovely,
knew
so
that.
could do that.
My mouth is so scary.
Incomprehensible.
You can't see it, or can you?
Is it here? Is it there?
I
You're
consume
feeling
you
a little
out of
crazy because I'm
madness.
peckish.
Call me
All
Mrs. Crazy Straw.
We are going now to the major ability of this blade, and for 12, we have flight.
Whoa!
You can spend
So I
3
can swim
effort
and
to
fly.
fly for the duration of the scene.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's
And
just
Flying octopus?
77 would
Alright.
be the wall blade. Speak a command word, and for the duration of the scene, the blade grows to be 10 feet tall and 20 feet wide. It is just as light to the wielder as it was before. Upgrade the impact of attacks made with this blade. Opponents out to close range are considered locked by you. Opponents at medium range are considered close. With a move action, you can plant this blade solidly and allow others to take shelter behind it. When planted, you can detach the hilt from your blade and move freely to reattach it at any point. It grants an amount of defense per level.
Big
So-
sword. Flying.
Big sword is really
Both good
sick,
options.
but flying is so classic.
Yeah.
Are there 3 to choose from or just 2?
No, they're just
We
2
only
because
picked
we
from two
spent
because
one of
we're
them.
like eliminating the numbers that we've rolled essentially.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of like the other thing from before.
Well,
Interesting.
I like flying, I think.
Let's do flying.
I like
think
flying.
and it's
Easy.
done by like just gasping a bunch of air like a balloon.
Like Kirby?
Yeah, like Kirby, who is also an incomprehensible eldritch horror.
Yeah, go to the mantle of this like form.
I'm just imagining like the octopus like
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how that would be the animation
Little
fly
jets.
cycle.
Little
Yeah,
jets.
yeah.
Well, because like squids have jets,
Yeah.
but it's fire.
Jeez.
It's like actual jet engines.
Wow.
No, let's not do that, Scully.
All right, and then we just have one number left that goes to our
Yes,
minor
we
ability,
are
right?
automatically assigning
That's
77 to the
correct.
minor blessing.
I am just pasting this information into the document that needs it.
What is going
What you? Well, that's me. You started it.
on?
Yeah, you did.
I saw someone doing an impression of someone with their with someone else's hands behind their back.
I saw that too.
It was so funny that I
That's
like
incredible.
forgot that they were just one person. I was like, wow, this is so good.
We have the shadows.
That's what this reminded me of.
All right.
Well, why would your
and
hand have the thumb on the wrong side?
77
Like
for
it would have to be
minor-
the other hand.
So interesting. The Summer Blade. While you're the knight for this blade, you are the embodiment of summer.
Beach underwater.
You can spend 3 to bring summer weather with you wherever you go.
Like sunlight.
Wow.
That's
okay.
so nice.
Like
Neat.
sunlight.
Yeah. Which
Like
is a
sunlight.
Oh.
That might be
terrifying
Wait a
power
minute.
of Chloe.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Maybe that's why the Fell Knights want her.
Yeah.
Well, if she gets to keep her sword, then she basically has infinite energy, and she could be the queen of these guys in a couple cycles.
Yeah.
We don't need those starred conqueror guys anymore. We have my sword and the power of summer.
Come chill in the sun with me. Nothing beats a jet blue holiday.
Oh my god. I love it. Okay. What legendary warrior was defeated by this knight?
Maybe it was
Romulus.
it was her own child.
Her own child, Romulus.
Yeah. Her own child, Romulus.
Who had turned to align themselves with the
Century Knights?
no the
The Star Conquerors?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe in a
Oh.
sort of like, hey, I'm going to be taking over after, this person kicks the bucket.
They're just
so
like
why don't
paying
you
me
work
off,
with
yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Romulus, the Betrayer King, who showed pity on the Star Conquerors and doomed us all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah.
had already, because we've kind of been doing like an old lady voice, maybe had already retired, had become a queen dowager,
Oh, interesting.
and had to like step back in.
Sure.
That I like that. That's cool.
All right. Let's see here.
I have to teach this boy some manners. Manners.
What?
This is not how I raised you.
This knight is associated with a symbol or signature. What is it, and when do they leave it?
Tentacle marks.
Oh.
Just a good old fashioned.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's one of the marks that could be left on the armor of the other fell knights.
Oh,
Like
shit, yeah.
if you've got the marks, the tentacle
mhm.
marks on your.
Totally.
Yeah, there are so many people who have like glowing like suction cup marks on them because she's
Yeah.
absolutely wrecked them. Oh, that's great. And this knight holds a powerful treasure that they find most precious. How do they protect it, and why is it so precious to them?
I think it's got to be something that used to belong to Romulus, and she's like keeping it as like her memories of Romulus, of her child.
Oh.
Okay. What is it?
I don't know what it is, but
A crown?
A crown, like a child's crown.
sure.
Okay.
Maybe even like a paper crown, or just like a
underwater?
Underwater, and it's really sad and degraded.
Oh, that's
Sure.
really. Oh.
All right. What do we want to name this queen?
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't know where this name came from. It might be like a video game character, but the name that just sprung out at me was
Zelda.
no,
I don't know. It might
Lara
be.
Croft.
was Hey, I know those two characters. Vindicta.
Vindicta.
Ooh.
That's great.
I like that.
Is
name.
it from anything?
That's from Deadlock.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it is. It super is. Okay.
Oh, wait.
I didn't know it,
I
so.
like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Vindicta is bound to be a name of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just using it for our Hey, the only time this is going to come up is in one of the future sessions of Cosmic Century Nights that we're running on this stream. So we don't need to be precious about things.
Yeah, perfect.
Vindicta, Dowager Empress of the Deep.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a badass name.
Yeah.
And she likes donuts.
Yeah. I can't give you so.
Do you know how hard it was to open a Krispy Kreme?
Incomprehensible old lady accent that keeps shifting between.
I know. What are you doing? You
She
made
is
it
not-
old. I was just doing journal.
She is not.
I was old grandma before.
She's
I did
not
say
a
it
grandma.
reminded
She
me of
is
a grandma.
every grandma.
Yeah.
She's shifting
Yeah.
between them.
Old
It's
grandma.
grandma energy.
Yeah. Have you eaten recently? Have some of my cookies.
Well, I think that those are the Fell Knights. That's our antagonist group. The rest of them, I have to sit down with the PCs who will be playing and decide which group would be best to play against doppelgangers of themselves. But I cannot thank enough my esteemed guests for making a kind of badass and moody group of refugees from broken dimensions. I want to go around and have everybody once again tell us where they can find you and plug your work. Let's start with Sam this time.
Well, James, thanks for writing this. This is so cool. We couldn't have done this without your writing. Fabulous job. My name is Sam Still, and you can find me at diceexploder.com. Dice Exploder is the podcast where we get your podcasts, wherever podcasts are sold. That's me.
Excellent. And Eleni.
Hello again. I'm Eleni. Thank you, James. Thank you, everyone. You can find me at Electric Eleni on all the social medias, pretty much, and also listen to Gutter Podcast.
It's gutter time, baby.
That's right.
Jay.
Hi everyone, my name is Nala or Jay. My pronouns are they, them. I am everywhere on the internet as at Nala Draws. That is NALADRAWS. My portfolio is on naladraws.com, and I am currently seeking more work doing character design, layout work for games, title design, cover art. I do art directions. If you need an art director, hit me up. And yeah, I specialize in like characters, portraiture, costume design, all that kind of stuff. But you can see that on my website. And then follow my social media because that's where I talk about all the shows that I'm in.
And new, if you don't have any projects that you want to plug, you can always, tell people stuff that you want to fix around the house. See if anybody's going to come over and help with that.
Get some buckets of water.
You can do that in lieu of your social media.
Yeah.
Well, my name is New. He, him. I will eventually be everywhere where everyone is. And you
Oh
cannot
God!
stop
What a
me.
promise! What a threatening
Open that
promise!
door.
In your walls.
I will eventually ascend to become all things. You cannot stop me.
I have a number of projects that I've been cooking up too. So a couple different
Plug
things.
your itch.
So my itch, I already plugged.
Say it again.
What was it? New Games Plus at itch.io. Very little on there right now, but that will be different soon.
Great name.
NUE.
NUEGAMESPLUS.ITCIHIOP.
No P.
Wow, you
LMNOP.
spelled. I was like, the spelling is really good.
Kind of free form.
Yeah.
I started
Um,
losing track of letters after a while.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him more online, but
I
he's
will have
really good at audio editing and graphic
Yes.
design and stuff like that. So, and game design and writing.
And I'm about, also all about voice acting and playing in games such as wonderful games such as this.
So true.
Yeah. Again, I had such a great time with everybody. I cannot wait to unleash what we have created.
Yes.
The people who are going to be playing.
You'll need to tell us which
audience.
episode they're in so that we can
be sure
tune
to
in.
join us next Wednesday. I believe we're doing the first of those games, and then I don't know why I'm going to try and remember things off the top of my head. I instead am going to know for sure. I'm going to go to my schedule. I'm going to take
We love
the time
knowing
it
for
takes
sure.
to pull it up. I'm going to fill the time that it takes to pull it up, even though it is taking an absurdly long amount of time to load this. It feels like no time at all because I'm talking the entire time.
So true.
That's right. It's no time has passed. We're actually in the same moment that we were in. Did you figure it out?
Speaking of vamping,
So I actually think I'm probably gonna use the Film Nights next Wednesday, September 17th at 7 p.m. Because we're going to be joined by Alan Linick, Fiona Howitt, and Sharang Biswas. And the reason I'm going to unleash the Film Nights on them is Sharang has developed like a matriarch character whose mission is to travel the world to find her son an appropriate husband. And it feels like you gotta pit that person against the Dowager Empress, right? Like there's
Oh,
no way.
absolutely. Yes.
And then
Iconic.
we're going to have our final Cosmic Century Nights stream on September 24th. That will be with Nathan Blades, Kate Cadiosaurus Osborne, and Andy Licht. That will be September 24th at 4 p.m., which will be followed a few hours later by playing Megan Cross's Homecoming with Megan, Alan Linick, Kate Osborne, and Fiona Howitt. So really some incredible cast coming up to play out all of the stuff that we've been building over the course of this month. And if this sounded interesting to you at all, please head over to Kickstarter, search for Cosmic Century Nights, and check it out. You can pick up this game, the physical copy of just this game, for $30, or you can pick up all the digital games on our Kickstarter because we're teamed up with several other games for $25. That includes Cosmic Century Nights, Homecoming by Megan Cross, which is this wonderful game kind of based on What Remains of Edith Finch, and what else do I want to like? Blueprints, is that the other one that was floating around? It is a game about a young woman returning to her estranged home to investigate the disappearance of her mother, because her mother is the latest in a line of 5 matriarchs in her family who have disappeared, and she has to wander around a abandoned mansion to find clues explaining her mother's disappearance. It's a really, really cool game, and we're going to be playing it right here on the 24th. You can pick that and Cosmic Century Nights up for $25. It comes with Chuck, which is a comedy game, a solo game about having a partner who's like an inch tall and all of the problems that causes you. You can also pick up all of those as physical editions for just $60. So it's a really great deal. I am so happy to have my game included alongside these other wonderful games. And I really cannot advise you enough. Go and support all of them because they are all really, really cool. Thanks again to everybody who played. And thanks to all of you who watched. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.